So this is going to be a Kyphi making video. I'm going to show you that I kind of use a modified double boiler method. Just want enough so that the steam can rise out. This is my Kyphi base. This is something that I've been working on for the last month about. It is made of juniper berries and cedar berries, and they've been crushed and they've been sitting in a wine honey base. It also has cypress oil and some other essential oils. This is the powder that I've been working on for the last month. This is a ritually blended powder of copal and a whole bunch of different herbs and resins. And so that can set over here. I'll show you what to do with our Kyphi. Okay, so now we have our Kyphi base getting boiled down. It's going to take probably about an hour. I'm going to add a little bit more wine to it and rinse this jar out, because you want to rinse all of those good essential oils out of here. Make sure they get in your blend. So here it is boiling away, and I've added a little bit more honey to it. And right now is a really, really good time to be able to stir in your intention. Putting the intention in the entire time. This is also a really good time to add some of that intention, just like when you're grinding your herbs. So this is about an hour in, and you do have to constantly keep an eye on this and make sure that it has water to keep boiling. That's probably one of the hardest parts about making Kyphi, is constantly keeping an eye on this process. So this is an hour in. It's gotten thicker, but it's not where it needs to be yet. Okay, this is about the stage where you can start to grind it or mash it. It needs to be mashed pretty fine. Things like cedar berries and juniper berries can be really, really fibrous, so be sure to take your time with this and be careful, because this is still very, very hot. But we're about done, and I'm going to continue mashing this until I can get it fairly fine. And you still want a little bit of liquid, because all of this liquid is going to be absorbed by the powder, so keep a little bit of liquid, but you want it to be pretty thick. I've added probably about a quarter cup of honey to this. I use this kind of honey, the ambrosia honey, which is from local bees. So I am going to continue mashing this, and I will show you when we start to mix. So here's our powder. As you can see, it's fairly fine. The problem with resins, especially at this altitude, is that you will get lots of lumps, and that's okay. Just kind of crush them up. Make sure everything is as fine a powder as it can be. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be fairly fine. And then there's our finished base. So I'm going to transfer the base into the powder. And I like to put this, just like when you're baking, when you're trying to mix the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients, you want to put it right in the center and have some dry on the bottom. As you can see, it's still pretty hot. This is the first time I've ever made Kyphi with solely juniper berries and cedar berries as a base. So it's going to be interesting. I'm experimenting a little bit. And this is going to be my dual blend, which will be available for sale on our store probably around the 1st of December. I'm going to try and have it completely dried by. So I'm going to put the rest of this in, and then I'll be right back. So here it is. It's still very, very hot, so you will have to be careful, but I'm kind of just folding in and spreading out very carefully the Kyphi Kyphi base in the Kyphi powder. And at this point you can kind of start carefully kneading the dough that you're making. Again, it's still very, very hot, so you have to be very careful. And I do this with my bare hands. You could do it with gloves. I find that I don't have as much of a problem with my Kyphi being super, super sticky. It is incredibly sticky, but I can always wash it off. And so the dry powder is already all kneaded in. And it should be about the consistency where you can squeeze it into a ball and it'll stay pretty firm. This is definitely a drier mix than I've done before, but we're going to figure it out. And if it has to be sold as powdered Kyphi, that's okay too. The balls are not necessarily the essential quality of Kyphi. They can be sold in any form, burned in any form. And so I'm going to start making my little balls. What you want to do is get a little bit, maybe about that much, and try rolling it in. And I'm going to need both hands for this, so I'm going to switch the camera off and I'll show you my progress. And I'll see you soon. Okay, this is the last of my Kyphi dough. I have about 2 or 3 platefuls like this, curing in the oven. And they'll probably be in there drying for at least 2 weeks, if not more. And it has taken me about 2 to 3 hours to get this done. It's why a lot of people don't make Kyphi, because it is so expensive to make, labor intensive to make, and time consuming to make. But if you want to make your own batch of Kyphi, I do encourage you to do so. And I would say probably make maybe a cup to begin with. I make this for Luna del Sol, Botanica, and so I make bigger batches, probably about a pound at a time for each batch. And just today, just with this whole process of boiling it, kneading it, and actually setting it out to cure, it's probably taken me at least 4 to 5 hours. So the smaller the batch, the easier it will be on you. But I do encourage you to make your own Kyphi. I do encourage you to try Kyphi. Part of why Kyphi is so expensive is that time, labor, and ingredients. But I do encourage you to at least try some, look up your own recipes. Annie from Mirth and Reverence had a great video on it. She just couldn't show you the last step. I've just shown you the last step, pretty much. The next batch that I'll be making will be, I might make a New Year's one, but I'm thinking I'll probably make in bulk next, and I will show you step by step what I do for that. This is the Yule one, the winter solstice, and this will be up on Luna del Sol Facebook page and Luna del Sol Etsy page, probably December 1st, if not the middle of December. Alright, that's all I have to show you. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.